Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn in our Mystic Cavern colony, and this could be the final episode. We're gonna see if we can get everything in here that we need to take care of yet. In fact, we've got some filling of the hole down here that we made last episode that needs finished up, so we can start on that real quick, and they should be able to finish that on their own. Same thing, we're just going to keep on filling this up. Let's go back to there. Yep. And then landscaping, and nope, don't want to start down there. Let's do, I think 9 is the most they can reach back. We'll check here. Yep, that's good. They can fill in those. They can fill in that. Once this is filled in, we can come down and get rid of this, connect those two pathways in. Here, we've got dynamite. Okay, does that get us all the way down to the bottom? It sure did. Let's go ahead and grab that. And here we go. All right, that gets us up there. Now here, we're actually going to set the tiny two-way station to face this way so that they can come down and take care of this, I guess, connecting pathway under here. There we go. And then once this is done, they can work from both ends till this all gets connected in. We got our tribute in last time and everything's powered there. So now we just kind of need to worry about getting the power one past this. So I'm just going to do this. And what we'll do is do this, and then we'll pause all of these until, yep, each one is in there. We'll even do one here and one here. Same thing. We'll just send a beaver out every time that we come around, and hopefully none of them get themselves trapped. It's very possible that they won't, but you never know. We'll just come up through here. There we go. And we can even connect into this right here, because that should be connected by now. It is. Good. And then those came in, but I forgot to unpause that. That's all right. They'll come down. We'll get those last 3 taken care of. And then I do want to send just a little bit more power over to this right here. So looks like I need... Let's do our tunnel there. We'll come over to here. Now we'll go with the 2 wide again so that we can get everything in there. And we'll come straight up, get connected into there, and we can take out those 2 engines, which will be kind of nice. Back over here, they do have the one side of the solid tubeway in, so we're going to have to, well, we'll have to make one more there so that we can get a tiny tubeway in. Over here, they've been working on getting everything extended out, but I think what we're going to want up here, let's go ahead and we'll just take out the paths up here first, because we're not going to need a lot of these. Yep, there we go. Let's take out this. We also don't need those. Let's go ahead, take out this. There we go. Do I need this dirt right here? I don't think I do. Let's just make sure that that's taken care of down here. I believe it is. Let's go with permeable floor. Oh, there is a little bit of impermeable floor left up here. So, good thing we caught that. Let's make sure that all of these have impermeable floors in them. They did not, but they will soon. So, we'll do that. And let's go ahead, finish up. Nope, not the whole thing. Let's just take out these. Yep. And we'll, nope, not the whole thing. Just these. And just these. And again, just those. And that. There we go. And this and this. There we go. We can get all of them set up here. Why not? I must have deleted them by accident when I was deleting the other stuff. Or maybe I missed that one. Who knows? This should be all set up and ready to go, though. Hopefully that's all impermeable floored after this. They still have a way to get down there? Not currently. Okay, well, that's all right. Let me rebuild that real quick. They can get it taken care of. Did I block off anything? No, that should be fine. We'll let them take care of that. And then we'll come back there. Over here, I just got to reconnect these in there. I didn't quite get all of them finished, I don't think, before I cut everything off. Which can happen now that you've got these hanging areas over here. Let's go ahead. I think that's all of those connected in now. Yep. Oh, there's one more I missed right there. So we're going to have to put another one right. Just use the big dynamite. We'll put it right. And there. And there we go. These two can be filled back in. 1, 2, 3. And that should give them access to that. There we go. Over here, there is a project that I've been thinking of that I was going to cover this in kind of a mountain. But you know what? I kind of like the way it looks, especially with the large water wheels and the stackaqueduct here. It would just mess up the view. So I think we're just going to leave this the way it is. This can be some flat land in here. Maybe we'll put it in maybe a valley or something. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do something like this where they've got just a little land, so it transitions into maybe an area that's a little more mountainous. It's in its own kind of area. We'll put this in here. Maybe a couple of small landscaping features here. Something like this. There we go. Something like that. Just to kind of show that it's there, but you know, they cut this out. There might have been a mountain here at one time, but it looks like they've taken part of it out. Let's go ahead and go down here. And can they reach from there? Of course not. So, there we go. We'll put that in. We'll get that in, take care of that. And then all of that can come out of there. And that should do it for that. Speaking of some projects, though, I've forgotten about. Over here, I was connecting all of these into the main underground network, but it seems I forgot to connect these. So we're going to go ahead. We're just going to get rid of all of this. Get all of that in there. There we go. These will have to go. These will have to go. Yep. This has to go. All of these go, and this goes up to here. That should be just fine. Here, we're going to do the dynamite down to get these on the network. There we go, just like so. And that should do. We'll get those connected up here in just a minute. Getting the amusement park connected in over here, though, should be... well, I don't know if it'll be easier or not, but we can go ahead and start on that. Let's pause both of these. I know that's going to turn off the whole amusement park for just a minute, but let's go ahead. We'll take that out of there. What do we need to get this connected in? Really, I just need, looks like, power connections up to at least here, and then we do the solid ones right there. And then down here, I just need, let's do dynamite, 3 dynamite. Actually, yeah, we'll end up taking those out anyway. So let's just take you out. We'll take you out, and we'll say that this bush needs to come out of there ASAP. So we'll get that that can be high priority. I don't believe I will need that anymore, or will I need... Nope, I probably won't need that either. So, let's grab dynamite. There we go. That'll work just fine. We'll remove these so that the trees eventually start to spread around there. And no, everything is off for the moment. They can still use the stuff without power, though, right? That's how that works. Like when the power goes off at your house and you have no internet, you gotta find other things to do. Get up and move around. Go swimming. Go stare at a fire. I guess that's fun. But that's almost... I don't know why they leave those there sometimes. It's like, you know what? We'll come back and do that another day. But we'll check back on that. Over here, they have got a lot of this stuff done. I believe our impermeable floors are all in. Yep, it looks like it. That's good to go. So what I'm going to do while there's still water left, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to set this to... We're going to set it to 0.85 and hope that that won't overfill. And there it goes. We'll probably have to come back and redo some of it, but while that's filling and turning green there, we're going to go ahead and... Nope. We want to take this out of there. There we go. There we go. And we'll put in more of these, the regular old tubeways. Maybe all the way down to the other end. There we go. Look at that. Everything is green up on top there. We've got a little bit of overflow here for some reason because I don't think it should be closed. I don't think they've got the water quite right yet on this version. But I could be wrong. So let's just say close it again. We'll just say closed and hopefully that stops it from... Yeah, it did. Okay, good. We had a little bit of spill, but I think that's due to some kind of bug. I don't know what's causing that, but that's okay. They've got most of this side done. We'll let them finish with their dynamite there, and then we'll come back and figure out some farms and fields and whatnot over there. Down below, it looks like they've got our mine hooked up over here, so we just need to go and turn the very end of it so that it faces the mine now. Any two-way station is there, and then we put that in there, and that will connect those back up once again. And once that's connected, we can probably actually, you know what? We can probably take out a lot of this. Let's go ahead. We'll remove this. We'll remove some of those. There we go. We'll remove this. And we'll remove that. All of this can go. And resources are nice, but we're just going to hold on to clearing the land here. So if we get all of that, we can remove that, that. Here we go. All these can go. Did you really run up stairs just to try and pick up? You know what? You're dumb enough, Beaver. You can wait there. You can just wait there for good. There we go. This can all go. We'll leave those that support the wheels on top there. We don't need any of these anymore. Don't need that. Don't need this. Don't need this. I do want this because what we're going to do here is we're going to take these out. There we go. Yep. And we are going to put in... Going to do this, and I am going to kind of square off this area here. So those are all 2 heights except for those which are 3. So let's do 3s here. We'll do 1s here, and then we're going to do 2s all through here. And hopefully that gives us enough area. These are all 2s. to build our nice end monument there. We'll put these back since we took out 3 of them there. I think that'll work out. They got this dynamite in, so let's go ahead and take that out of there. And then I got to toss one more down in the hole, it looks like, to get it connected in. Let's set that as high priority. We're also going to do landscaping. We're just going to build in the land right back over there. I know there's an extra set of tunnels here. That's fine. Oh, you know what I did? I can't believe I did that. Well, we're going to have to go back down there anyway. Because I thought they had got that done, but nope, it looks like they had not. So let's say we'll set up another set of ladders here. That's what happens when you get too excited to get a project done. You always forget a step. On the bright side, we've got through here now, so we can come in, we can put those in there, and that should connect us back in. There we go. And let's say those all just logs, and no, they should have plenty of all of that. But I'm just going to remove this rubble. There we go. They can come in, they can finish that. And then, you know what? Let's pause this so they don't accidentally fill that in before finishing the shafts like they're supposed to. Because they will. That's just the way these beavers work. We've got this back in. Let's get our ladders back in here. You can go all the way up here. You can connect in here. That should be fine. We'll get rid of those roads. This isn't needed anymore. There we go. I think that will be just fine. And oh look, they've got a lot of the dynamite over here done. Let's go ahead and take out this. But I've got to wait now that I've got to get them down there to finish that off. So we'll take out these couple. And we'll let that go. Oh, there's one here I forgot to. There we go. That's fine. They should be good to go there. Oh, there's some extra road. While I'm here, let's go ahead and clean that up too. Clean this up. Clean this up. No, clean this. Just this. There we go. All right. We'll take a look here again in a second. Well, here we go. They've at least got this project going. So let's go ahead and get those up here. There you go. And we'll do the impermeable floor. And finally, let's get in the tiny tubeway station for each of those. There we go. And that should connect all of those back in there. And then that'll all be done. It's like our little amusement park has just had the lights turned back on. And it's all coming from way over there underground. Everything is linked in, good to go there. This is all powered. Everything's looking good here. I am starting to fill this back in. I don't know why I chose to do that. You know what? We're not gonna even worry about it. If somebody needs to get down here, they've got to do maintenance, right? All right, guys, come on, get out of there. All of you, get out of there. Go on, chew. All right, so we're going to take these back out, and I am going to have them put in one piece of dirt right here. It's kind of a cap, just in case they ever need to come back here. We'll do it that way. There we go. That looks good. And once they fill that in, then we can take this out and start on our final project. The top over here is now all green, which means we can probably take a lot of these paths out. And we'll go ahead, we'll put it in our farms here. And most of them should cover most of what we have. So we'll just do maybe 1, 2, there, and then maybe down here we'll do... actually, hold up, you guys. Are you guys the same way? No, you can cover... Yeah, you can cover the whole thing there. There we go. We'll just put them there. We'll do something like that and like that. And then if I face them the other way... There we go. And as for how to route a pipe to that... Well, what we could do is we'll just take this. We'll come through the tunnels here. Come over here. And then the other set is... The other set's right there. So if we come in here, we can probably... Yeah, that should be fine. We'll set up things for that there. Once those are connected in, they kind of just... Farms are just kind of out in the middle of nowhere at the moment. But that's okay. There's that. Let's take out this. There we go. And then over here, you know what? Let's just draw a path to them for now. And where are these tunnels ending under here? This one ends here. In front of it. So we kind of just need, what, one dynamite here. And then over here. Right there. There we go. This one might not be in the best of places. That's okay. We'll get these drilled out and taken care of in just a minute. I think the time has finally come. We can go ahead and get rid of this overhang over here. There we go. Wonderful. Which means I can probably put one here. I don't know that I'll need to, but we're going to do it anyway. They should be able to build that from the tunnel, but let's see if we grab monument. There we go. The one big final monument here. We're going to start, and we'll see what kind of issues that might cause with the supply line, but we've got a lot of backup storage of most of that stuff, so we'll let them get started on that, and it looks like they'll start on it the next day. Well, we've got both of those in there, but the tunnels haven't quite been dug yet. I think I need to come back in and, yep, we'll put in the tiny tubeways here so that they can get those taken care of. There we go. Those can connect into there. And looks like they still need to explode some of that. Let's go ahead, put crops down. We'll get just some of everything. We'll do some kohlrabi. Let's save just a small area around maybe the farms themselves. We'll do... that looks like about half. Do cassavas. There we go. And we'll do just a little bit more over here. So you know what? We can probably take this out over here. Hopefully they don't need that anymore. I do have a tendency to take things out a little too early, but hopefully that's not the case here. We'll do the cassavas. There we go. And up here... Oh, these are all set for bots. We're going to switch those. Are those all... I don't remember setting those to bots. So those can be beavers, and they can get started on that. And hopefully, looks like they already have that down underneath there done. No, but they're trying. So we'll get this out of there. Let's go ahead. We'll put in the tubeway stations that they're going to need. Tubeway, solid tubeway, solid tubeway, there and there. And then, actually, to connect this one in, what we'll do is we'll do tiny tubeway station out this way. This one we'll do out this way. And then we'll just make a small circle around these. There we go. Here, we'll just come all the way out around here too. There we go. That connects them in good enough. We can do plant crops. We'll get soybeans in here. There we go. Soybeans to about, well, let's say about there. We do need a whole lot of canola. So we're just going to do all of this in canola down here. Corn. We don't need quite as much corn, but we'll go ahead and put in there. Eggplant. We might also make a smaller area for eggplant. What? We'll just do that for eggplant. And we'll let them come up here and start to populate this. We'll take down some of the extra stuff as everything gets built. That is a whole lot of beavers working on this project. We've almost got the first set of things done. We've taken down some of the old Tubeway here, but we've left some too. You know how cities sometimes have some of that old architecture still sitting around, so we'll let them go ahead and clean that up where they need to. They're getting done on this, and then all we really have left is this and our farms over here. They've got our earth repopulator in, everything completed. They're filling it up with treated planks and berries now. The treated planks might take a couple, but I think we'll be okay there. We've got some berries out here and out around. I went ahead, I put a fence around it just so, you know, curious beavers stay out of places that they're not supposed to be. I put down a forester, but we don't really need it. That was just to get a little bit of more or less landscaping around here. And then we're going to clear the planting area so that they all spread on their own eventually and fill this in as well. So that's all looking good. I think down here in... Here it is. Down here in the cave, they've got most of this stuff done. Yep, they're just finishing this last stretch. We might just leave part of that open. It's fine. They could use a service tunnel anyway, right? So we'll be back just as soon as they fill up these. And there we go. We've got all of our supplies for our beavers in the earth repopulator. Our bot count is going back up, so they'll be able to take back over for our beavers again in some of the other locations. And everything looks like it's done and ready to go. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and launch, and we'll see what happens here. Look at that. Look at how wonderful that is. Can I click on one of them, maybe? Well, we have tossed beavers all over the map. There you go. Look at them go. All right. What a wonderful time. And we have completed this map. Well done. Your technological prowess allowed you to utilize industrial strengths of the Iron Teeth, conquer this map, and build the faction's wonder. Wonderful. Your pioneers flew away over the wasteland, leaving the thriving settlement behind them. If Earth is to recover, the newfound beaver prosperity needed to be shared. And look at this. I don't see a single death to dynamite. Good job, guys. Good job. Well, I think we'll take another quick look. We've got our apartments. We went all the way up to 64 well-being. Nice. We've got our apartment area. We've got our hidden mine back here with all of our bonuses in this area. We've got our industrial area with our stackaqueduct that's sending power not only to the industrial area, but underground over to our nice little amusement park over here. We've got our wild corner here, I guess you could call it, with its various farms and extra stuff here. We've got our bad water section for all the bad water that we need. Our Builders Legion has taken up residence over here, and our Dark Forest has provided plenty of lumber, probably more than we would ever need. We've got more farms set up on top there, which look absolutely great. We've got our original mangrove area, farming area, pine area. We've got a little bit of everything. I think the map has kept its characteristics very well. Even with all the dynamite we've done, it still looks very natural. So you have to tell me what you think down there. You know, we never did figure out what the mystic part of the Mystic Cave is. So if anybody has an idea, let me know down in the comments. Maybe we can figure it out together. But as this one's going to wrap it up, we'll get started on the next one here soon. It will be the Folk Tales, and it will probably be lightly modded, if any mods at all, as the update 7 is about ready to go into our, well, I guess it's about ready to go out to everybody. So hopefully they'll have an experimental 8 coming soon, and we can change our folktales to that as we go. We'll see. But as always, just want to say thank you all for joining me this season, and hope to see you next time. Bye.